Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And I bid a very good evening to all my Latihan Insaniah students. Okay, so we will continue with a new chapter, and this is the last chapter in your Latihan Insaniah or soft skill practice. Okay, that is research methodology. Maybe this last chapter is the most difficult chapter that not really related to soft skills, not really related with soft skill, but a very important things that you need to learn or you need to acquire for you to become an academician. Okay, so that is research methodology. Okay, so we will go through. Okay, we will see the, okay, first and foremost, we will learn what is research, because most of you using the word research in something that very academic. Please do this kind of research. We need to do research. Research is something that important for science. Research is something that important for our knowledge. Okay, if we want to solve anything, we need to do research. Okay, we want to go to lunch. Okay, we need to do research. So what is research actually? Okay, so I have 4 scholars that talk about research. Okay, so one of the scholars that are most famous is Kerlinger. Okay, so you can see the purple one, the Kerlinger. Actually, the Kerlinger is the definition of research, that the one of the pioneer, the earliest one who come out with the definition of the research. Okay, so by based on Kerlinger 1873, is very old. Research is a systematic, something that systematic. So it is something that step by step. You cannot done it suka hati ni, or you cannot done it not doing by rules. You need to have a rules doing research. Okay, systematically controlled, empirical and critical investigating of hypothetical propositions about the presumed relation among natural phenomena. Very hard definition. Okay, so that's why I come out with all the definitions so that you can choose the easiest definition that you think and you can learn. Okay, so by Peyton. Okay, Peyton is research is the process of looking for a specific question. You are looking for a specific question. Okay, for example, you want to do research on where is the delicious food in Kuching. So you come out with a question, that is, where is the most delicious restaurant in Kuching. So that when there are a question, then how to solve the question is by doing research. You have to study, and while you are doing the study, you have to do research. That's why the research is important. Okay, in an organized, objective, and reliable way. Okay, doing research is not something that suka hati or you can do it anytime without any rule. No, it is something that organized, objective, and reliable way. Okay, I think you have done a research many times while you are going for secondary school. Maybe an experiment in chemistry. That is one of the research. Maybe that is known as empirical research or scientific research, because right now you are one of the social science students, so you will have to do research regarding the social science that is not really involve apparatus or science apparatus, but that also on considered as research. Okay, so Kotari said that research is a pursuit of trust with the help of study, observation, comparison, and experiment, the search of knowledge through objective and systematic method of finding solution. So when you do a research, there are so many things involved while doing research. Okay, for example, you have to do observation, you have to do comparison, and you have to do experiment. That is all the research about. Okay, you cannot do it suka hati, just like I said before, because if you do it suka hati, you will come out with the answer that also not really reliable. That's why we have to do it systematically, so that the answer from your question will be more reliable and more correct and more proper. And last but not least, Walls and Benzel. Okay, Walls and Benzel say that research is systematic. So systematic is something that you can find for all the definition, because if you do it not systematically, you will come out with the answer that not also systematic, not also reliable, not also proper, and totally wrong. Okay, that's why systematic is important when doing a research. Okay, so systematic, formal, rigorous, precise process employed to gain solution. Okay, when you come out with answer, when you come out with something problem, you have to find the solution. So how you want to find the solution? You have to do research. Okay, to gain solution for a problem or to discover or interpret a new fact or relationship. For example, how we want to find the cure for corona. So when people want to find the cure for coronavirus, then you have to do research. That's why research is introduced to find a solution for a problem. Okay, that's why research is a very important skill that need to be maybe acquired by all the people in the person. But if you are educated enough, then you have a good research skill. Okay, so how about research methodology? Okay, I have some problem with S. Okay, so I'm so sorry. Okay, so research methodology. So the word itself tell you something. Methodology. It's all about method. It's actually two words. Method, logy. Okay, logy is something about knowledge. Method is technique. Okay, so a knowledge about technique. Research methodology is what method that you use in order to do this kind of research. So we will learn it because we will use this kind of method while doing your assignment. Okay. So research methodology is a specific procedure or technique used to identify, select, process, or analyze information about a topic. This is the method that you will use to find the solution, to make a decision, to find an idea about a solution. So when you do a research, you have to know that what method that you will use in your research to tackle the problem. For example, if you want to go for a lunch, how you want to do, what is the method to find the solution on where to go for lunch? Maybe you go to Google. Okay, one of the research methodology to tackle your problem is going to surf internet. That is the research methodology that you will use to tackle the problem. That is known as research methodology. But it's not as easy as that, because we are talking about something that systematically. Okay, in a research paper, the methodology section allows the reader to critically evaluate the study overall validity and reliability. Just like I said before, research is something that systematically. Okay, so if you come out with a wrong methodology, it will ruin all the reliability of the research. For example, okay, you want to find what the question that you want to ask is, what is the best restaurant in Kuching? So that is the problem. What is the best restaurant in Kuching? So how you want to solve this problem is, maybe first and foremost, you ask your friend. Okay, you ask your friend. One of your friends saying that the best restaurant in Kuching is McDonald's, because the only restaurant that I always go and the food is never not delicious is McDonald's. But the second method that you use is by using internet. Okay, so the internet saying that not the best, the most delicious restaurant is in Eon Big Kuching. So there are two kind of method that you will use. You refer to your friend, you refer to the internet that have more information. Okay, so if you go for your friend, is it reliable enough? Because he said that the only restaurant that he go is McDonald's. So he never go to some other places that better, maybe. So second is the internet by a chef, a blog by a chef that have taste all the food in Kuching. They said that Ion Big have the best food. So if you want to go to your friend, if you want to take your decision or a solution that come up by your friend, then your answer will be not reliable. But when you when you take the answer from the internet, your answer will be more reliable because you have taken an opinion by a famous chef in the internet. Okay, that is known as research methodology, because the determination of research methodology will determine whether your solution, whether your answer is valid, correct, or reliable. Okay? The methodology section answer to two main questions. How is the data is collected or generated? And second is how will the data will be analyzed? Okay, that is the two things that will be featured in a research methodology when you open a research. Okay, after this, maybe I will show you one of the research that you can see. Okay. Okay, actually, there are two famous type of research methodology that exist. First is qualitative. Okay. Second is quantitative. Okay. So if we are talking about something that numerical, something that involve number, if something that involve graph, something that involve maybe calculation, yes, the methodology will be more to quantitative. The name itself say quantity. Okay, so quantitative. Okay, how you want to know that quantitative is involve number? You remember quantity, then you will remember quantitative. Okay, how about qualitative? Okay, qualitative is something that involve quality. So it is expressed in word, because you cannot know that a quality of something just by a number. You have to know it by word. Okay, so quantitative, we go to quantitative because it's easier. Okay, quantitative is some research that is expressed in number and graph. Okay, it used to test or confirm a theory. Okay, for example, you want to know whether your friend is a liar or not. Okay, so you give him a test. Okay, if he get 10/10, then he is not a liar. If he get less than 10, then he is a liar. So that is known as quantitative. You involve a number. You want to know a theory. You want to confirm a theory. A theory has been established. Okay, this type of research can be used to establish generalizable fact or a topic. Okay, something that already exists. You do not have to come out with any theory. You want to test the theory. Okay, for example, how fast a cheetah can run. Okay, so you do quantitative research. Okay, so you let go a cheetah and you test it by using maybe a timer. So compared to a harimau, a tiger, who is the faster, cheetah or a tiger? So that is quantitative, that involve number. Okay, how about qualitative? Okay, qualitative research is expressed in word. It's used to understand concept, thought, or experience. This type of research enable you to gather more in-depth insight on topics that are not well understood. Okay, for example, you want to know the experience of students going to Aeon Big. Okay, so you have to interview them. Okay, because you cannot say that the longer they stay at iambic, the happier they feel. No, maybe the longer they stay in iambic because there are more crowded people, the lift is so slow, maybe something like that. So you want to know why student go to iambic. Okay, so you cannot test it by using number. You have to ask them and express it two words. Something that involve feeling, something that about idea, something that involve your emotion. Then you go for qualitative. Something that involve number, something that precise. That is quantitative. Okay, that is easy. Okay. So different between research methodology that is qualitative and quantitative. Okay, so we go to qualitative first. Qualitative focus on testing theory and hypothesis. Okay, actually there are some problem with this slide. Okay, it's actually vice versa. The green one actually quantitative. The pink one is qualitative. I'm so sorry. Okay, so maybe I can do some correction. Okay, so this is qualitative. Okay, so this is quantitative. Okay, better, so that there are no confusion happen. Okay, so for quantitative research, just like I said before, if you want to test a theory or hypothesis, we have a theory. Okay, for example, the theory that I come out with, the cheetah is faster than tiger. That is my theory. Okay, so but some people say that no lah, the tiger is more faster. So we test, we do research. So we let tiger and cheetah run and you set a time. So that is known as quantitative research. Okay, how about quali? Focus on exploring idea and formulating a theory of hypothesis. Okay, so why cheetah? Okay, you want to know the idea. You are not involved number. Why cheetah is more faster than tiger? Okay, maybe because cheetah have a longer leg. Maybe the structure of body of cheetah is more aerodynamic. That is qualitative. You cannot express it through number. Okay, so quantitative research is analyzed through math and statistical analysis. For example, average, mean, comparison of mode, median. That is all the things that involve quantitative. Okay, so you want to find maybe the mode. Okay, who is the richest Sir Muhammad Irfan is the richest lecturer among RCC lecturer. Okay, so you find a mode for all the salary of the lecturer. So that is quantitative research. Okay, it's analyzed by summarizing, categorizing, and interpreting. Okay, all of this is not involve word, that not involve number, but involve word. Okay, and mainly expressed in number, graph table, mainly expressed in word for qualitative. Okay, close and multiple choice question. So just like I said before, is our tiger or cheetah is more faster? So that is multiple choice question. Okay, so open-ended question is just like you have a lot of answer for your question, something like that. Okay, so key terms are testing, measurement, objectivity, and replicability. And lastly is qualitative, is understanding, context, complexity, and subjectivity. That is not really important, but you can go through. Okay, so this is qualitative, the method that involved in qualitative, and the the method that involve in quantitative. Okay, I'm so sorry. Also, this is vice versa, that this is not the right way. Okay, so I will correct it for you for a while. This is quantitative. Okay, qualitative. Okay, so for quantitative, okay, for quantitative research, okay, you can see for quantitative research, the method involved is a survey, an experiment, an observation. That is quantitative, something that involves number, something that involves measurement, something that involves graph. That is quantitative. That is why the method that involved in quantitative. How about qualitative? Qualitative involve word. That why it involve interview, that involve word. Focus group discussion. Focus group discussion is you go find the group of people to gather their opinion about one focus thing. For example, you want to discuss about event planning. Which event is good for RCC? Okay, you find all the lecturer, the expert about event, and we talk about it. That is focus group discussion. Okay, and lastly is literature review. Literature review is we go find other research and we get the opinion from all the researcher. That is literature review. Okay. Okay, so when to use qualitative, when to use quantitative. Okay, so if we want to use qualitative, you want to understand something. You want to understand something that cannot be expressed by number. You want to understand why students go to Aerobic. You want to understand why people go to RCC. You want to understand why people lazy to do their assignment. Okay, so you done a research, qualitative. So you interview them. Why are you so lazy doing assignment? Okay, maybe you can ask them something like that. Okay, so there are one problem that I put in the qualitative. Okay, for example, you survey a 300 students at your university and ask them questions such as, on a scale 1 to 5, how satisfied are you with your professor? Something like that. So you can perform a statistical data. Okay, sorry. This data is for quantitative. Okay, so I'm so sorry because I always mixing around with quantitative and qualitative. Okay, so this is qualitative. Okay, qualitative is you conduct an in-depth interview with 15 students and ask them about open-ended question. Okay, this is qualitative. Okay, how satisfied are you with your study? What is the positive aspect of your study? And what can you be done to improve your study program? So all of this is involved interview and also word. So this is qualitative. It's not quantitative. Okay, based on the answer, you can ask a lot more of question. If you can ask a lot more question from the answer that given, that is open-ended thing. Okay, so how about the survey that you done? If you survey 300 students and ask them to answer question on the scale of 1 to 5. On the scale of 1 to 5 is involved number. It involves number, then it's quantitative. Automatically quantitative. Okay, that why when you want to use quantitative, when you want to use qualitative, you have to ask yourself what. Okay, so use quantitative research. Use quantitative research if you want to confirm a test, something or theory or hypothesis, just like I said before. Okay, so I think that's all from me. Thank you so much. If you have any question regarding the quantitative and qualitative, yes, you can ask through the WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you so much and stay safe.